Okay, this is Mindset Monday, and if any of you happen to watch Fabulous Friday, you already know that Mike Lackey was on and sharing great things about becoming a certified trainer, level 2 trainer with DDPY. And Mike, the reason we wanted to have you have another topic is because you are the fit for our community. You're one of us. You're 59. You're training people that are one of us, and you know that we have setbacks, and those are the things where our mindset has to shift. Share your perspective as a level 2 trainer. What are things that you see about our mind shifting and what we need to do?
Well, the first thing to acknowledge is the fact that there is always going to be setbacks, whether they are physical, whether they are emotional, whether it's things that's outside of your control. And you just have to be aware that these things are going to happen. Because it's nice to proceed merrily along, thinking nothing bad is going to happen, and it's really great when nothing bad happens, but you have to be prepared for it. It's the old expression, everyone has a plan going into a fight until they get punched in the nose. And I was thinking about the setbacks because even when I was going for my level 2 certification and my level 1 certifications, there were setbacks when I was going for my level 1. And we had something called COVID, and all of a sudden you couldn't be in the same room with someone. When I was doing my level 2 certification, I didn't pass on the first time around, and then I tore my hamstring and I was injured. So these are all things that just happen. So what I found as just my life experience at age 59, just through my experience or the mentors that I've had, the first thing that you need to do, or the first thing that I need to do, is acknowledge my feelings. What am I feeling? Am I angry? Am I sad? Am I disappointed? What am I feeling? Because as Dallas says, that we have emotional gravity to wear us down, but how can we overcome the emotional gravity without acknowledging and identifying what it is we're feeling? So my tip, what I do is I say to myself, let's say, something didn't work out. I didn't pass the test, or maybe I went on a job interview, didn't get the job interview. I'll say to myself, okay, I am disappointed. I am sad. I will allow myself to feel this way for 24 hours. I can wallow as much as I want, but then tomorrow it's back at it, back to, hitting the mat or sending out more resumes or whatever that is, and just getting back up on the horse, as we frequently say here in the DDPY community, it's not how many times you fall down, it's how it's, getting back up again. Second thing that I do after acknowledging my feelings is just apply, as Dallas says, that attitude of gratitude. For me, I was all upset about, oh, gee, I didn't pass my level 2, my first go round. But as I'm, there sitting on the sofa, wallowing in my own despair, my sister-in-law, who has MS, had a big episode, ended up in the hospital, can't feel anything on her right side. And, here I am crying because I can't do a standing split good enough, So acknowledging just that gratitude that here I am, I have all my arms and legs. I can, do what I need to do. I can, work. I can ride the train. I have my health, all of these things. So yeah, maybe I didn't pass the test, but I'm healthy and there's no reason why I can't just apply myself and, pull myself up again.
Yeah.
And that's the third thing, which is probably, the most important, which is just the discipline. I think when you had Dallas on a couple of weeks ago, he was saying how it's not motivation that's so important necessarily. It's important, obviously, but discipline is really more important than the motivation, because discipline is the process of doing something that you don't necessarily want to do in order to have the desired outcome further on down the road.
Yeah.
So those are the things that I use to, get myself back up on the horse and try again. Even if I fail again and I start that whole process over,
Right.
that's how I overcome the setbacks. And, a lot of times you hear people say, especially in the fitness community, kind of this macho, failure's not an option. Ugh. But failure is always an option. And failure is not necessarily bad as long as we learn something from it and we don't repeat the same mistakes.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And they should all know. I mean, he is so tied into mothership. I am so envious, Mike, that you live in the Atlanta area. And so he's a part of all the deep teaching. DDP knows him well whenever Dallas sees him, and he's just a part of that world. And you can feel the richness of the length of time. Later this month, I have my 2-year anniversary with DDPY. But I am in awe of those that have been around for a long time, and you've seen so many things. Even coming through the COVID thing gave you a different perspective than those of us now are seeing, right? And that as they developed this app, I only knew the app. I met Dallas. I didn't meet one person in DDPY until I had been in 9 months. I hadn't met one person. Everything was the app to me, but it was powerful, right? But I still envy those of you that have been such a strong source inside mothership this whole time.
Well, even when and for any of the people in the 55 group, if you don't have the app, obviously it's well worth the money. If you get the yearly subscription, it's probably less than one night's dinner at a restaurant. And for you, Pam, I remember the first time you were there at the PC, and you were so thrilled because you were recognizing everyone that you had seen on all the videos.
I was absolutely it to me it was like going to Disneyland, only better. It's like you're going home, right? It's like all these people are real, the building is real, and for 9 months all I did was believe in it through here. I saw all of you guys through this world on my
Mhm.
phone, and it's powerful. It's powerful being with people like you when I've been in there. I thank you for all you've done. Mike, thank you for taking the time to come on and just share your heart, your wisdom. I hope I can have you on again another time when you want to share something with the 55 plus, because we're real fortunate that you're part of our family here. So,
Well, thank you. I do just want to leave the 55 plus community with just one last thought, which is my favorite quote from Dallas's book, which is, there we go, right. And that quote is, change is not an event, which it's a process. And for anyone who has fitness goals, maybe they're working, trying to get a new job or whatever your goals might be, it's all a process. It's day after day. It's putting one foot in front of the other. Right now we're in January. Everyone's like New Year's resolution. Well, that's all great, but the work doesn't stop and start on January 1st. And just keep chipping away, plugging away, whether it's getting a certification in something or or fitness goal or whatever. Just remember, change is not an event. It is a process. And acknowledge your feelings, have the attitude of gratitude, and have the discipline to act in a positive manner, and you'll probably be okay.